Please stand for the pledge. Cecily, roll call, please.
Counselor Augsburger,
Here.
Counselor Bronson,
Here.
Counselor Heggie,
Present.
Counselor Richards,
Here.
Counselor Sanchez, President Pro Tem Thorstad,
Here.
Mayor Coleman.
Present. Let the record show that there are 6 present and 1 absent. Moving on to the next item on the agenda is consent agenda. In the consent agenda, there are 2 approvals for minutes, but also a request for council action. At any time, a counselor can remove something from the consent agenda to have it discussed separately. Otherwise, you can make a motion to approve it all.
So moved as recommended.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Cecily, please call for a vote.
Counselor Bronson,
Yes.
Counselor Heggie,
Yes.
Counselor Richards,
Yep.
President Pro Tem Thorstad,
Yes.
Mayor Coleman,
Yes.
Counselor Augsburger.
Yes. Let the record show that we have 6 yeses and 1 absent. Moving on, recognition of visitors and hearing of petitions. We have the special occasion again of swearing in an officer, so I'm going to pass it on to City Manager Ogden.
Madam Mayor, Council, thank you. Tonight, I have the privilege of introducing you to our newest hire, Leon Vineyard. Lynn, you want to come on up? Leon how long have you been in Sweet Home now? So since 2009, and he has been driving log truck for how many years?
12.
So driving log truck for 12 years. I'm going to put a plug in for you. If you know anyone that wants to buy a log truck, he's got one for sale. So anyway, Leon, we hired him just earlier this month. He will be going to the academy the first part of February. So we're super excited and we're going to swear him in tonight. So you ready for this? All right, let me get this paperwork for you. Okay, let's get out here so we can get, pictures are coming that way, so we'll go this way. Here we go. What's that? We want good pictures here. All right, raise your right hand. I, Leon Vineyard,
I, Leon Vineyard,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution and laws of the State of Oregon,
the Constitution and laws in the state of Oregon,
the laws and ordinances of the City of Sweet Home,
the laws and ordinance in the city of Sweet Home,
and the rules and regulations
and the rules and regulations
of the Sweet Home Police Department,
of the Sweet Home Police Department,
and that I will well
and that I will well
and faithfully discharge
and faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
to which I have been appointed
to which I have been appointed
in and for the City of Sweet Home,
in and for the city of Sweet Home,
according to law and
according
to the best of my ability.
to law and the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Katie, you want to come up and do the badge? There you go. This is picture time. Congratulations.
I just want to say thank you to Officer Vineyard and his family for making that commitment to our PD and to our community. We really appreciate you. Welcome to this new role. Thank you. It's one of my favorite parts of doing this is to hear officers sworn in. So thank you all. The next item on the agenda under recognition of visitors and hearing of petitions is we have somebody who wants to come on forward for a public comment. Gary Jarvis, please come forward to the microphone, state your name and your address.
Hi, my name is Gary Jarvis. Address is 2941 Foothills Drive, Sweet Home. And I have something that I think is fairly urgent, and I hope that you will feel that it is equally urgent that the city look into this. But as you should be aware that we have had a air quality monitor from the department of, from the DEQ at the fire department for as long as I can remember. And there are many of us that rely on that, those of us with asthma and other breathing issues that also get out and exercise and need to know what the air quality is like. For whatever reason, the DEQ has decided to terminate the one at the fire department. I noticed it had not reported since the 17th of December. And so I did a little bit deeper dive and couldn't find any real information except that anybody that wants to have one of these monitors for the cost of $100 a year can have one. So I think it may be the state is trying to do this as a cost-saving measure, either that or like other government agencies that don't care about our water. We've got now an agency that doesn't care about our air. Be that as it may, we are not Albany, but Albany is our new official reporting station. And we have a completely different topography than does Albany. We have different air currents, we're at a different elevation, and what air quality is in Albany does not necessarily reflect the air quality in Sweet Home. And so I'm asking the city if you would try to investigate this. I did a cursory investigation with the fire department. They said that the DEQ had told them they were shutting it down, and they didn't seem to have any other information beyond that. But I would like to see the city do it. I've got information if you are interested in it, but you can have a monitor for $100 a year, and they replace it themselves every 2 years to make sure that it is current. Alternately, you can buy it for $200. But I think that this is something that I would like to see the city, find funding for, because they state in their mission, which this is what made me upset, is you read in the mission, they say the more monitors, the better, because it makes it easier and more accurate for them to build the maps that they do with the various color codes. But now we are included with whatever the air in Eugene and Albany is, and that is not a reflection of what our air quality necessarily is. So if you want, I can forward you this information that I got from the DEQ, the three links. One where I found the data up to the 17th of December, as opposed to the airnow.gov, which gives for the last 24 hours or 48 hours. This one actually has a compilation of many days but it ceases on the 17th of December. And then there's a link on that tells how you can have your own monitor, and then another link that explains the various costs associated with it. But I hope you will take this seriously as a government entity. I think you've got a lot more clout than I do individually, and so I would like to see the city of Sweet Home try to figure out how to get that either reinstated where it is or one right here.
Thank you for drawing that to our attention.
Thank
And
you.
please feel free to forward that to me. I'd be
Will do.
look into it.
Yes.
Thank you. Moving on to the next item on our agenda is request for council action adopting the action plan for the FY23 audit.
Madam Mayor, Council, I will pass this off to our Finance Director, Matt Brown.
Good evening, Council. So in front of you is or I guess online is the request for council action for corrective action plan. You have the auditors here at your last meeting giving their report for the 2023 audit, which is finally done. So the corrective action identifies two weaknesses that were found within the audit. First one was that bank reconciliations were not done timely for that 2023 audit. Main reason being is you did not have a finance director that was able to complete those in time. The second weakness that was found was the failure to submit audits in a timely fashion. Again, also because you didn't have bank reconciliations done at the time, you also didn't have audits done in a timely fashion during that period. So we are rectifying those currently right now. So these are not a corrective action plan that really is anything you need to worry about. We've already corrected the actions. It's just a matter of this actually happened during the fiscal year 23 audit, which is why you have to create a corrective action plan for the Secretary of State to accept the audit. So I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Are there any questions of counselors? My questions, I think, were mostly answered in reading the report and also asking last time of the auditors. I do want to say thank you to you and to everybody who's worked very diligently at trying to rectify these situations and bring about more transparency in our finances. Appreciate that. Is Anybody want to make a motion?
So moved as recommended.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second to adopt this action plan. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Cecily, please call for the vote.
Counselor Hagee,
Yes.
Counselor Richards,
Yep.
President Pro Tem Thorstad,
Yes.
Mayor Coleman,
Yes.
Counselor Augsburger,
Yes.
Counselor Bronson.
Yes.
Let the record show that there are 6 yeses and no nays to approve the FY23 audit action plan. Thank you very much. I do also want to say that I heard from the auditors that they are anticipating that the 24 would be done in the next couple of months, which is impressive. And thank you for pushing forward still, and the team who's been working on it. So moving on to the next item on the agenda is reports of committees. Are there any reports from committee members or our liaisons to these committees? Hearing none. Next item is department reports. Are there any department directors who would like to draw out anything from their reports?
Madam Mayor,
Yeah.
I have some stuff from the PD. In the council packet, you probably saw the stats. And so I just did a little comparison with 24 and 25. And I just want to kind of give you a high level of what occurred over this last year. And I'm pleasantly surprised. So first off, overall crime is down. So total crimes against persons, it looks like that decreased about 19% this past year. Property crimes decreased 23% to include about a 50% decrease in burglaries and a 22% decrease in theft. So that was pretty nice to see. Person crimes, total person crimes dropped 19%. Our assault cases increased by 56%. Harassment was down 31%. Stalking order violations down nearly 90%. And then back to property crimes, they declined by 123 cases over the year. And criminal mischief theft declined by about 20%. And then our calls for service, like our non-criminal calls, essentially stayed about the same number, down just 1%. So we did have some increases in suspicious activity, up 27%. Mental health related calls were up slightly, and code violations increased significantly since bringing code back to the PD. I think that probably was the reason for that. On the enforcement side, warrant arrests went up 27%, and total arrests and charges increased 12%. And then our traffic stats and citations obviously are down, as we had to pull our traffic person back to the road to help offset some staff shortages. And then our clearance rates and follow through. So clearance of crimes against society increased 14%, which is great. I mean, I love that. And then our officers served nearly 150 more warrants for warrant arrests than we did in 2024. So staff down a little bit this year, and stats just got better. So we want more staff. And that's why we swore somebody in tonight, and we still have one person left to hire. So yeah, all in all, 2025 was looking pretty darn good, and I was very pleased to see those numbers. The next thing I wanted to mention to you, our captain back there, this fall, I don't know if some of you may have known this, maybe some of you didn't, but he successfully completed the FBI National Academy. And I wrote some stuff here because I wanted to get all this in. So it is really a prestigious and highly selective professional development program for law enforcement leaders around the country and actually around the world. They have people from other countries come to this. It's a 10-week residential leadership course held at the Marine Corps base in Quantico, Virginia. So he was there for 10 weeks. Left me hanging for 10 weeks. So he was there from the end of September to about mid-December or first part of December. So I'm not sure how big the class size was, but from what I saw online, about 220 to 250 hand-selected law enforcement executives from, everywhere. Curriculum is college level, undergraduate, and even graduate level type curriculum. So it's pretty intense. Along with their physical fitness program is pretty intense as well. They have a challenge, I think, towards the end called the Yellow Brick Road. Is that correct? Yeah. Yeah. So pretty intense. Yeah. In fact, when Captain applied to this, I had to go down to the track with him to do a timed run. That's how, like, they're serious about this stuff. So it's kind of cool. I mean, obviously, why this matters for Sweet Home, sending him there, I mean, not only was it an honor, but it was, in my opinion, a strategic investment for the citizens of Sweet Home because we're about succession planning and leadership development, and I think this is just super important because Ryan does such a great job. I'm so thankful that you're here, and I was very pleased and it was an honor to send you to that. And so thank you for going. And I'm sure you put some of those skills to use today on First Avenue. So thank you for your leadership over there. So I really appreciate that. So I'm happy to take any questions from council.
I just want to give him a round of applause. Well done. Thank you for going. Thank you for that commitment. Thank you for the investment into Sweet Home. That's wonderful. Congratulations. Anything else that you want to point out from your great report?
That's all I got.
Okay.
No.
Anybody else?
I'll be the opposite of Jason. Instead of everything going down for us, everything went up for us, which is good. So almost all of our stats were higher this year. People are still checking out books. People are still visiting the library. I just wanted to point that out. And then at the end of this month, well, currently we're doing a kids clothing drive. And at the end of the month, on the 28th, Monday, we're doing a giveaway of kids clothing. This is from newborn to about 12-year-old size clothing. So if you have anything to donate, please drop it off during our open hours. And then if you need anything, come by and shop on that last Monday of the month.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. The next item on the agenda, if counselors don't have any more questions, is reports of city officials. So, city manager.
Yeah, Madam Mayor, Council, I have a few things to highlight. Cecily and I will be attending the Water Day at the Capitol on February 2nd as part of the Oregon Water Caucus. I went last year. It was just a great opportunity to kind of stay apprised of what's happening in our state regarding water-related issues. Also, it's just a good opportunity to connect with other people and, you develop those relationships and they become important down the road. And so we're looking forward to that. We have some board and committee openings. The Planning Commission and Park and Tree Committee currently have some openings and we're seeking applications for those openings. I just wanted to emphasize that these positions are at large, meaning that applicants, they do not need to live within the city's limits of Sweet Home. So it's school district. If you live in the Sweet Home School District, you can apply for those. And so if you're interested in doing that, we would love to have you apply. And then the last thing I wanted to bring before council is we are already thinking about budget and wanting to work on budget, which means eventually we'll have to convene the budget committee. And we were looking at dates for that to be April 29th and April 30th, which is a Wednesday and Thursday, and wanted to see if maybe we could have some consensus on if those dates might work for council.
Those dates work for me.
I'm good with those dates.
And I phone it in.
You can phone it in.
I will be on an adventure, but my laptop will be with me.
Those work for me.
Good.
We have a consensus.
Great. And that's all that I have. I just, we had a great 2025 and we're looking forward to working on budget and seeing what we can do in 2026. So.
I'm excited and looking forward to what we can do in 2026 as well. I don't really have much of a mayor's report. I do want to thank the PD again for their work today. this afternoon, and for Lynn County apprehending the suspect. Yeah. And that happening, I'm glad that Counselor Oxberger was able to join us because of that. So that is all I have. Any council business for the good of the order?
Yes. What Mr. Jarvis brought up with his air quality thing, can we get this on the next agenda? I mean, this is such a no-brainer. Just take care of it.
Yes, so let's do a consensus whether we want to put it on the agenda. Yeah, this is the perfect time to bring it up.
I am all good for that.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. If we can put that on the next agenda, we'd appreciate that. Thank you so much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Any other council business for the good of the order?
I have one quick question. I don't know who this would be to. Where are we at with the lid project that's on Willow and Yucca?
So I actually just got an update today. Our engineering firm who's been assigned to the project, they were working through some state level permitting. So they're currently working with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers because of the proximity to the waterway. But I am expecting a revised timeline, hopefully this week from them. So we are hoping at least by this spring to know next steps and be able to come back to council with that.
Perfect. Thank you.
I could have also included this next council meeting. There's a work session that is scheduled already for the charter conversation. And staff, if you could also provide an update regarding Old City Hall, that might be helpful for councilors to know right now. Do we know anything? I think the RFP went out today or tomorrow?
The RFP will go live tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay.
And we have a mandatory site visit for any interested contractors at the end of this month. And then I believe it closes in April. So we'll return to council at that time.
Okay. That was a great question, Counselor. Any other questions? Other council business for the good of the order. I will wrap this meeting up at 6:51 p.m.